Yeah, I said it was sent out to like everybody that subscribed to. Okay, now we're live. Okay, we're not live.
There we are. Oops. Whoa.
And I see Jennifer subscribed to. Okay, now we're live.
Yay. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay.
And Jane, okay, we're getting our
There they are.
our APAC folks.
Got it. Excellent. Good to see
Hi, Bill
y'all.
Truckee. Okay.
Oh,
Great.
right. Very good. There's
Yeah,
Kathy.
we'll wait a couple of minutes for people to join, and then we'll introduce ourselves. I think everybody knows this, but
Yeah. Sounds like a plan. All right.
you should have seen the sweater that Kathy Stone had today.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like the old library, the card that went in the sleeve that you stamp. I told her you'd probably steal it from her.
I would. Definitely I would. Oh, dear. Okay, I'm trying to okay. Okay, it just keeps popping up and asking me to join your live.
Oh,
Like,
well, you're there.
uh-huh.
Oh, hi, Mary Bain.
So I think, do you think?
I'm guessing Writers Group was short tonight. A few people from our the RGS Writers Group have joined us.
Oh, excellent. Very good. Very good. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to figure out. I have several of us windows open.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. Do we
And Barbara's here. Okay.
There she is.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
Good.
I guess we'll officially get started.
Okay.
Okay. So, hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Bill Moore. I'm here with my good friend Kyla Bayang. Two Texans, although I'm 1,800 miles north. But I left Texas 30 years ago, and but the accent still pops out from time to time. We're really excited to have you with us tonight. This is a little bit of an experiment for us. We've had some technical difficulties at first, but I think we're there. The schedule for the sessions at RootsTech dropped today, and it's I'm actually a little amazed that they dropped it on the day they said they were going to, and it gave us a chance to look at things. So what we're going to do is we're just going to talk a little bit about our strategies, some of the sessions that we want to see at RootsTech, some of the sessions we maybe don't want to see, and kind of the differences between doing the conference online, which is what I'm going to do, or in person, which is what Kyla's going to do. It's a really interesting way that RootsTech does things, because they almost run two separate conferences. There's the online conference. A few of the sessions, the online sessions, will actually be live, but a lot of them are not. A lot of them are pre-recorded, or somebody is doing them remotely, and so you wouldn't have the live audience. There are a few that have a live audience. Then there are a whole lot of live sessions at the conference that are not recorded and are not broadcast. And of course, the sessions that I really want to see are always the ones that are not going to be recorded. Um, But at any rate, Kyle, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're planning to do while you're there in Salt Lake City?
Okay, just go crazy all over the place. There's a lots going on constantly, really just about, for anyone, but, the big main things, of course, are the classes and all the learning that's going on, that they're providing, the education. On the flip side of that, in person anyway, is the presentation of the new technologies and new products and updates and all of that stuff, that happens in the expo hall mostly. Some of the major players, the presentation of the new technologies and new
Yep.
products and
Yep.
updates
Let me
and all of that stuff,
let me try to mute it.
that happens
There you go.
in the expo hall mostly. Some of the major players, the presentation of the technologies and new
Yep.
products
Hang on, man.
and all of that stuff.
Let me try to mute it. I'll just close that. Okay. Sorry about
It
that.
happened to me a while ago. That's why I closed
Yeah.
mine out too, because I was getting a delay and a feedback. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, yeah. So the major companies will have a main stage presentation about what they're brought that's new, but of course there's only a small number of those, and so most of the stuff that is new technology or updates or all of that kind of thing happens in the expo hall. And so I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do this yet, but I'm gonna see about, maybe some lives in the expo hall just to kinda give you and y'all all at home an idea of what it's like to be there, because it's a big crazy thing, and then hopefully that means that, everybody that gets to see all that fun, at home will wanna come next year and join me.
Yeah.
Then we'll have a big party there too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to talk about something about that. But
Yes, exactly. One of the things that I just noticed today when they dropped the schedule is that they did say, that's really important if you are going in person, not to use the desktop app to do the scheduling, to you do your
oh,
scheduling. So it is a separate app for iOS and for Androids for your phone, and they are not going to sync together. So you don't want to build your schedule on your computer at home and then get to the Salt Palace and think that you're going to have this schedule, what you built. So that is one thing, right? When you very first start, is to know that. So, the other thing is also that I went to the app, of course, I downloaded it right away, and it is not fully functional
yeah.
yet. So I can't build my schedule for
Yeah.
real yet. But anyway, yeah, so we'll get there. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
I did another thing too that we had talked about. I don't know. We have always wanted to be able to download a list of the classes that would be, maybe what do you call it? An Excel file or spreadsheet or whatever.
Yeah. I'm working on that. It's not working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
there's
they
still no way to do it, and it's because of those little drop downs for
yeah.
now there's hourly drop downs,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that makes it even worse.
Yeah. I've got Chat GPT on it. It's periodically going in and trying to do it, and will message me if it's successful. But so far, uh, it's it's letting it load 6 sessions.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah. Well, and my guess is maybe that's what they're testing with, and um, they haven't turned it loose to anybody. But yes, that would be a really nice feature. And I actually um, went on their chat this afternoon and kind of gigged them on it a little bit and said, we need that.
We need that. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody do that because, yeah, we've been doing that for, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I have to every time. Another thing that I noticed too today was that in the app, in the in person app, um, there's a little place that says download schedule. And I clicked on it, and what it did was it tried to like download an iCal
Oh,
file of some sort and then attach it, into my Outlook
yeah.
calendar, blah, blah, that stuff. So maybe they're trying to at least let us download our own schedule.
That's okay. That would be helpful if it would, um, you know, yeah, let you download your schedule and toss it into your calendar. Um, I don't see that on the desktop version for the
Mm,
for the online folks. Um, I I spent a few hours this afternoon building an Excel spreadsheet of the sessions that uh, right now at least I think I'm going to do because as we know they will be changing sessions right up until they open the doors.
yeah.
So uh, so go ahead and plan early, but also plan on going back and looking looking at things and see uh, what has popped up and what's disappeared because I there are always a few sessions that I get really excited about, and then the speaker maybe will decide not to come or for whatever reason, and it goes away. Um,
Yes, yes.
so
It will let you, I don't know if you noticed this, but it says in there somewhere that it'll let you it'll let you add 4 classes per hour, per session,
yeah,
just 4. So that's I think I seem to recall it was 3 last year, so I
yeah,
don't know. Maybe they're doing something, but, I do know that, behind the scenes, they use those numbers. They actually really do use them for the people that are coming in person to try to guess what size room
what
they
size
might
rooms? Yeah,
put
yeah,
people. Yeah, so that's why they move us too. It's like, "Ugh, okay."
yeah, yeah. I I don't envy the people at Family Search that put this together. I I ran big conferences for a lot of years, and they're it's a lot of work to do it. And this is one of really one of the larger conferences around. I mean, the number of people both in person and online is phenomenal. Um, but yeah, trying to figure out what size room to put certain people in is there's an art to it. Um, I
Absolutely, and the
we
movement too, right? Because they have to kinda coordinate the movement time in between if
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
so.
No, I remember we had one guy that it didn't matter what room we put him in, we were going to have to lock the door and lock people out.
Yeah.
Um, he would draw that many people. We could put him on the main stage, and it would be overflow. Which
Yeah.
is a good thing. You love having speakers like that, but it's frustrating for the people that get there 2 minutes too late. Um, so, um, what type of sessions are you looking for this year, Kyla?
Well, what I typically do is I start at the top. So I start with well, first of all, I do the ones that are in person only because
Yeah.
that's my only chance. And then I usually start with the advanced or the professional ones just to
Hmm.
kind of take a look at those. And then, but I also I have to balance in my mind because I have a lot of patrons that I help
Yeah.
with their genealogy in person at home, and so I kinda have to think about that a little bit. This year, I've noticed there's one session that talks about you finding and using, Mexican records,
Yeah.
and so I'm gonna go to that one. There's also one that they added this year that's new. I saw a Chinese one, which is also very good.
That's something I've noticed this year. They seem to have um, a strong emphasis on uh, learning from countries outside of the U.S. Um, there are several from Scandinavia. There's a couple of them from Greece, um,
Italy one, I think. There's an Italy
Italy,
one.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, China, Mexico, um, which is, I mean, that's great. Um, my ancestors have all been, from here uh, here in North America since the 1600s. So those records outside of the U.S. don't do me a whole lot of good, but for a lot of people who have the heritage outside of the U.S., those sessions I think are going to be very very valuable for them. Um, and I'm kind of keying in on uh, the advanced and professional sessions for the most part. Um, but then there are a few that um, when I looked at them, even a few that are beginner sessions, I say, that just looks interesting. um, I might not do it during RootsTech. That may go on my list to do, a few weeks later. But that's actually one of the beautiful things about the recorded sessions is you can go back and watch them at a later date, or even watch the ones that you sat through the first time um,
Want to see again.
and want to see again. Yeah, see what you missed, or in my case, what notes that I took that I can't read.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Absolutely. I there's one that I went to the very first year I went, and it was so very good, and it was a gentleman, and he was talking about manuscript records, so in-person research, and it was just so very good. And I was writing as fast as I could, and it was not at all recorded. And I was like, oh, no.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why. I don't know how they decide. Maybe it's up to the speaker.
Well, I think it is up to some speakers. Um, it's interesting. Some speakers and some speakers don't even want you to record them when you're sitting in the room. Um, Not that I wouldn't find a way to get the recorder on my iPhone going, um, but I see so many presentations. I uh, sat through 8 hours of legacy family tree presentations yesterday, and um, one of the speakers, I mean, started out with, you know, this is under copyright. You know, you can't take any screen grabs. You can't. And I thought, lady, you're on a platform that records everything, and you can go back and watch it to your heart's content. Um, you know, you're kind of wasting your breath there, telling people they can't do that.
Mhm.
Um, and
Good point.
yeah, but some people are kind of funny about those things. Um, and um, and I realize they put in a lot of work putting their presentations together, but um,
It's true.
but if you're trying to teach people, it just seems to me that make it easy on the people you're trying to teach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
So did you wait, I didn't get to ask you. So what are you really looking forward to? Did you pick out one that's like, "Ooh, this one."
There are a bunch of them. Um, yeah. Um, I'm I'm kind of split 50-50 right now on what I'm planning to take between some of the advanced DNA sessions and the AI sessions. I'm all into AI at this point, and I'm a little disappointed because it looks like a couple of Steve Little's really good sessions are in person only. Um,
Mhm.
and um, I I recommend to everybody, anytime you can see something that Steve Little does,
Go for it.
watch it,
Yes,
because
indeed.
because he is so good. Um, the but I'm this year, other than that, I'm looking at a lot of methodology. Uh, Not that I'm planning on trying to get certified. I don't really have a desire to do that, but I do like to do things the right way. And there seems to be a lot on the genealogical proof standard, and so I'm planning on doing a few of those sessions. I'm actually kind of interested in a couple of the general sessions. I was kind of excited to see who a few of the speakers are. Marley Matlin, I think it's going to be really interesting to see, and Steve Young because I like sports. But um,
I was really wondering because last year they had, the two. I'm not a sports person. I'm so sorry. But do you remember the husband and wife
yes, yeah,
team? Okay. So that after at the so Saturday is the family day. So it's actually free for the expo hall is free for families to come in
no,
that day, and they had and way at the back in one of the back corners, they actually made like little basketball
oh,
little
how fun,
area thing, and they and then those two went back there and they actually got to play with the kids. Like they let everybody just
yeah,
just this little pickup, challenge or whatever with them for a few minutes and play, and so that was kind of cool. So I just
yeah,
wonder.
and and you do have to understand that a lot of these speakers, and actually Steve Young's one of them. They're LDS members,
Yeah,
and and he's from the Salt Lake City area. I think the ones last year were too. The I think the church does a little arm twisting to get some of their bigger names out there to show off a bit, which is hey,
maybe they're lined up
yeah.
applying.
Um,
They wanted to come.
but
It's a lot of fun.
yeah, no, it is, and it uh, uh, makes the conference interesting. Um,
It does.
but
It
um,
does.
um,
They
but
they
yeah,
also had they also had like a side stage last year that was new in the expo hall. They kind of expanded a whole new area, and they had a just a small stage that they had different local groups like local, but they had um, what am I trying to say? They had some cultural element. So they had cloggers that were there. They
oh
had the Spanish dancers with their beautiful,
oh
you
yeah,
know. Yeah, yes, and that was kind of an ongoing thing, and the only place that they put that schedule at all was just like right in front of the stage. You know, that you had to go by there and
oh
see each morning who was going to be there. So yeah, so that was
yeah.
kind of, it felt like it might have been a little bit last minute, honestly,
Well, it could have been,
trying it out,
yeah,
see if it
and
works.
yeah, and well, and speaking of the expo hall, I haven't seen anything yet. If they're going to be doing the little mini sessions from the floor. Um, Last year, I think was the first time they did that, and it in some cases was good. In some cases, you couldn't hear a word they were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that there's so much noise on the floor. I think it's a good idea in concept, but I'm hoping if they do it this year that maybe they've gone in and figured out how to muffle some of the background noise, because if you're not if you're not there in person, you don't get the expo hall experience really. Um, yeah, they have you know you can go and supposedly see the virtual expo hall. It's all recordings. It's and um, you know you're you're not having much of an opportunity to ask questions. I think there were one or two last year that I was able to actually get on a chat with and ask them a little more about what they were what they were selling. Um, but um, because I do like to see what people are thinking about and what they're bringing out. Oh, well, that's the other thing that I'm a little disappointed in. Um, uh, Johnny Pearl is on site only.
Ooh, huh.
Yeah,
That's interesting. Oh man.
yeah, because he normally
Yeah,
will.
he does a session or yeah.
Well, yeah, well, he's doing a session, but it's on site, and but he normally announces his new products,
Mm,
and um, feel like miss out. I hope maybe he'll do one of the live sessions on the floor, but
right.
um,
That sounds like I need to do a live right after his talk.
yeah, I mean, might need to do that.
I'll tell you guys all what he said.
The virtual hall is not worth a whole lot.
Yeah, that's true.
But but yeah, no, that was I was a little surprised to see that he's only doing one session uh and it's on site only. Um and I know that there's a big cost in broadcasting all the sessions, and they have a limit to how many they'll do, and maybe he fell below the line. Maybe something if somebody drops out, they'll bump him up. I hope, but um, but yeah, that was one thing that kind of popped out at me. Um,
Mhm.
oh, excuse me.
I know
Um,
one thing that I know about that they told somebody told one of them told me last year. One of the anyway, because I was asking like, how do they pick people and how to don't so on and so forth, and basically they said that they really do try to um, they try to because the speakers do a proposal, right, of
yeah,
what like a list of what different ones that they could do, and what they really do try to do is look at things that are unique and unusual instead of trying to, like you said, we've all watched so many videos online,
yeah,
so many different seminars and speakers, and the last thing they want to do is present something that we've all already done. You
mhm,
know what I mean? Um, and so they that there is a little bit of thought that goes into that. And also not always having the same people over and over. That also is
yeah, yeah,
a
and
consideration. So
and that's a hard thing because there are a finite number of genealogy presenters, um, and they want the good ones, but um, and there's some that are really prolific, uh, who could do sessions all day,
all
every day.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a hard thing to figure out. Yeah, I was looking at their process uh, for setting up sessions, and um, you know, I mentioned to you, Kyla, the other day when we were talking, but uh, one of the sessions that has piqued my interest is a panel discussion with genealogy YouTubers, and it's some it just turns out that all four of the ones that are on that panel are ones that I follow. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, um, but
Yeah.
what's to say next year we can't do a genealogy substackers session?
Sure, why not?
You
Exactly.
know, I think Substack is kind of the bleeding edge right now. So many uh, even the big genealogy names are moving to Substack. We beat them here, but we're willing to let them in. Um, but um, but I think Substack. I think one of the things that I like about working with everybody on Substack, i- genealogy used to be a very solitary endeavor.
Wolf. Yes, indeed.
You sat in the library and dug through dusty old books, um, but you didn't really have anybody to collaborate with. And now we have our community that um, it's a. I don't want to say it's a lot more social, but um, it's also lonely. You and if you are having an issue with something, there's always somebody you can bounce an idea off. Um, and I think one, I think that's going to encourage more people to get involved. Um, it's maybe going to move away from being um, the domain of the nerds and become more mainstream as it's more accessible to people.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I, hmm, okay. Well, I made a
Well,
couple of
Barbara, I
little
know
notes.
we're all still nerds, but
Yeah, we are. We are. I made a couple of little notes, and I wanted to ask about this because I don't know if you noticed, but, there's a good number of sessions about full text search.
yes, there are. Well, that's what Family Search is. That's what Family Search is pushing right now. That's their cool thing, their flavor of the month. Um,
Yeah, but
and
they've
it's
been sitting on it for this whole year, though. I'm wondering if they've not got some really good searching, some kind of criteria or something that's coming out.
I I would assume they do. I mean, this is the time that they announce things. Um, and but yeah, I did notice several. In fact, uh, I'm in right now for one on um, with David Wimet's session. Um,
Yes.
which is I think it's going to be a little bit of a how to. You know, what to put in your search string to get the best results. Um, I've had great results with full text search. Uh, you know, it, uh, it's pulled up a lot of things that I don't think I would have been able to find otherwise.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely. I was in the audience doing it on my phone and I found
yeah,
something
yeah.
immediately.
Well, and Ancestry has come up with something similar now. That um, and I it wouldn't surprise me to see my heritage announce something like that too. I know that they are making some announcements um, during RootsTech, but um,
That's
oh,
probably
that
that's
was the other
probably oh go
that was the other thing that surprised me a little bit.
ahead.
Ancestry's session announcing with their big announcements
Mhm.
in person only,
Mhm.
and I I,
Wow,
I
that's
can't
so cool.
believe that Krista agreed to that.
I wonder what that means.
It's I would think that when you're doing a product announcement, you want to get out to the widest possible audience, um, unless they're going to try to squeeze some of it into their main stage session. Um, but when I saw that, I said, "Gosh, that's
That's a first.
Krista's a ham. She likes to be on cam. She,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a first. We'll see what that means.
yeah,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah, so interesting. Yeah, I never thought about that. One of the thoughts that I had about my heritage was I think maybe we're gonna hear a lot more about the full genome sequencing
Yeah.
that they just rolled out. So I'm wondering if that was kind of a soft launch, but then at RootsTech they're actually gonna, tell us something about it.
Yeah, because I went ahead and tested again, and just got my results back the other day. Didn't really change a whole lot. Um, and I haven't seen a big influx of new cousins. Um, and my frustration with my heritage on the DNA side is I never get anybody closer than a fourth cousin with them. Um,
Yeah.
it's and they're all in Europe. Um, but uh,
I think they're hoping that coming out with this full testing will break open the US market for them.
yeah,
A lot
the other
let
thing
them
to watch
catch
with
them up with
them,
ancestry.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
the other thing to watch with them is they did a deal with FTDNA,
Right.
and FTDNA doesn't do trees anymore. They're strictly testing, and so um, your tree from them is my heritage now. Um, and I'm wondering if there are going to be some more announcements of other ways that they're going to work together. Um, because just FTDNA ditching the trees didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Um, there's got to be something else in there that, yeah. Uh, and at first I thought, well, maybe my heritage is going to get out of DNA testing, but obviously not. Um, since they're going full genome. Um, so they're, that's something else I'm going to be watching for, and,
Mhm.
seeing um, you know, what else might be coming in under the radar.
What comes about with that? Yes, yeah, exactly. Well, I think that I'm trying to think if there is anything else that might. Oh, I know what else I was going to talk about. That's where I was going when I mentioned my heritage. Also, one of the things that happens in person is that all of the major my heritage especially and Family Search has and Ancestry has. Nah, Ancestry doesn't really have that as many last year they didn't. But anyway, is smaller like 20-minute sessions in the expo hall
Yeah,
right around there. I think WikiTree did too last year, right? They did some
I think
presentations
they did. Yeah,
live. Yeah. And so that's a whole nother, and then, so it's like 20 minutes of talk and then 20-30 minutes of back and forth asking questions from the audience. And it's really a pretty small audience that's there. And those are really nice too, as well. But they don't, again, they don't publish that schedule until that morning.
yeah,
So you really have to, the first thing you have to do when you get there is zip to the expo hall and then start examining your schedule to see, where in the world can I fit this in? Um, but the, um, the one thing to take a look at also is the, they adjusted if you notice, there's not really very many classes at the same time as the main stage this year.
yeah, yeah,
It's like they're really trying to get us all in there,
yeah. I noticed
which is good.
some time slots there are 18 or 20 sessions going on. Other time slots there are four,
Yeah,
and
that's why.
yeah, but and those four seem to be ones that would draw a lot of people. But um, again, it's interesting way of doing it. So, are you going to drop in on Myrtle when she broadcast
Oh
from the
yeah.
library?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I'm there. I'm there all week, so I'm flying out on Sunday. And so I actually do spend a whole lot of time at the library too, as well. One of the things that they do that's so cool, and I call it special magic hours because the Family History Library usually closes at 6,
Mhm.
but the week of Roots Tech, they stay open until 8. And they
No.
have these, they have little all day, really, all day during Reach Tech, they have, little, golf carts that go back and forth between the Salt Palace
Oh,
and Family History Center, and so you can ride back and forth if you want to, but anyway, so yeah, so the minute that it ends, that the last session ends, everybody just streams to the library.
yeah,
You
I'm
know,
sure.
and yeah, so it's a very interesting, thing to do, but yeah, I'm looking forward to, I think really the real reason, of course, to go in person is just the personal connection, so I was thinking, I believe at one of our I mean, with the mission genealogy, one of them, somebody suggested that even at home, like, you guys could, like, 3 or 4 of you could, get on a Zoom session or something and then watch together and be chatting,
Oh,
during the
yeah,
session, that kinda thing. You could kinda create your own little Zoom room, right? And discuss it if you wanted to or watch together, or kind of a watch party, maybe?
yeah, yeah,
I don't know. That might be kind of fun. So, I don't know. All of those. Oh, and then do you wanna talk about, the relatives, uh,
oh, relatives
relative
at
finder?
Roots Tech? Yeah.
Relative finder. Let's do
Oh,
that one first. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, go ahead and go on that one.
Oh, okay, okay. So BYU has, in their labs, they have a lot of fun things for, that use you log into your Family Search account, and it uses, your tree on in the Family Search tree to do all these fun things, and one of those is called, Relative Finder. And so when you log in, and then you can look for different things, like you could look for all of the astronauts that you're related to, or all of the presidents, or the Mayflower people, and all of that kind of stuff, which is really cool, famous people. But another thing that you could do is you can create groups, and then you can find out you can all be in the same group, and you can see how you're all connected to each other. And Barbara, yay, thank you for putting that there in the chat.
Yep.
Barbara has created a group for us all. It's Project Ken. And so you can search for that and then request to join that group. And she approves all of those. So it's going to be, nobody can bump in that we don't know, type of thing. Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, you just request to join in, and so we can kind of do that a little bit along the way too. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, yeah. I just opened it back up. Um,
How many
although,
labs are there?
well, I have looks like 7 right now that are related to me. Of
Excellent.
course, you and Bob are the 2 of them. Emma Cox is one that I had not seen on there before, and I actually know exactly who the relative is that we're connected through. So I'm going to have to go back and look at that. Um,
That's very
so
cool.
yeah, no, that's um, it is really cool. And then the relatives at Roots Tech is kind of the same thing, but it's people that are um, that are registered for Roots Tech. Um, and of course, if you're registered for Roots Tech, you pretty much have to have a family, your treat family search. So, um, but the on both of these, the real key is to expand your tree out as far as you can. Um, the wider you cast your net, the more fish you're going to catch. Um, and
Mhm.
the folks that just have a few names on there, they're not going to have too many people. But yeah, we'll probably be related again, Jennifer. Once the relatives at RootsTech comes up, um, the there is another thing, and there are a couple of sessions about it, and I can't remember the name of it. Um, but it's very similar to the relative finder, but um, it was an LDS elder from way back that must have done the most elaborate family tree ever. And you can go in um, on that and put your family search information. And I did it the other day, and it came up with like 16,000 connections for me. Um, and um, and had me, relate to some neat people. I didn't see Charlemagne on there, um, but I had George Washington and Princess Diana. So,
Wow.
um, uh, but um, um, but yeah, it
So
was
fun.
um, it was very interesting. I'm not sure how much stock I put in those things. Um, would I use it to try to build my tree out? Yeah, but it's fun to look at.
Clues, 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 clues. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I
And
Yeah. I'm a huge like relatives at RootsTech. That's my jam. I'm gonna yeah, I can't wait. Y'all will be hearing it from the rooftops when they turn it on again because what happens is so I have so many for any of y'all that have not done this before, you do have to opt into it. So
yeah,
when you sign up for RootsTech, be sure to opt in. And so if you accidentally said no, then when they turn it on, there won't be any. You won't get any relatives. But a lot of so what starts happening is more and more people join and they pop up. Then your list they only give you 300 at a time. So and they give you the 300 closest relatives.
yeah,
But sometimes what happens is mine start dropping off. Some of my lines start dropping off because some of my other lines are really, really big and closer. And so you really do have to pay attention um, all along the way because you'll lose people. Does
yeah,
that make
yeah.
sense? And there's a tab up at the top. I do it all through the app, and at the top there's a way you can sort by ancestor, so you can watch specific lines, that maybe you don't have as many matches for.
Hmm.
They're not matches. They're they're
Yeah,
relatives. But yeah, so there's a little bit of a not a trick, but there's a little bit of a thing that you need to know about how it's working. And
yeah, yeah,
another thing I do also ahead of time is I pick out those lines that I really want to focus on that I don't have that I'm doing the research right now, and I write just a little tiny blurb to send to those cousins right away, because what's happening is if they're signed up for RootsTech, that means they're actively researching more than
yeah,
likely, and they're going to answer right away. And they do, and a lot of them do. And so it's really cool, and a lot of them you also want to ask if you're in person or at home
hmm,
online, because one of the things that you can do in person is that you can go to in person only once Roots Tech
yeah,
starts. And so then that way I also know at that point I know that I'm talking to everybody that's there. And so they have in the expo hall, they have another little corner over there, that's called Cousins Corner, and they have all these little fun little photo op props that
no,
you can like, look who I found, or third cousin once removed,
yeah,
things like that you can hold up and take pictures. So,
yeah. I went through last year and started doing screen grabs of
yep.
everybody in our group, to uh, so I could keep track of it, and because in a lot of cases I didn't know the relative that connected us, so I had some research to do. And so yeah, so I would do screen grabs and save all those, threw them in my Notion database. Um, and
Right.
you know
Another
that
thing that I ask too, that I ask the cousin when I'm right there with them is okay, how far up this line are do you feel confident that your research goes?
yeah,
And
yeah,
kind of try to make a note of that, because I'm like, okay, mine could be way up here, but if they're only right there, then you're like, okay, we got a lot of work to do, right?
yeah,
But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
yeah.
It's
And I mean, I've said it many times, but you go back far enough, we're all related. You know,
if
um,
we could only
it,
find the records.
and yeah, right. Yeah, it just as it turns out, you don't even have to go back all that far for a lot of us. Um, but and now WikiTree does it, connects us too.
Does it too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One other thing I wanted to tell you and I wanted to talk about was one of the really cool sessions that I saw had to do with the calendar dating, and
Oh,
that
I
was,
saw that.
did you
Yeah,
see that? Early England,
yeah.
right? And how that would affect our research and looking for those records and things. And so that one I'm really interested in too, because I haven't done a lot of my lines, uh, I'm not over the pond yet.
You know the yeah, yeah. Well, and the calendar things. The Quakers have their own had their own calendar. It's um, it can really make you go cross-eyed trying to figure out some of the dates sometimes. Um, I'm sure I am sure there's a program around somewhere that translates all those things, but I haven't found it yet. Uh, and I'm certainly not going to try to write it. But
I think, what's his name? Wait, hold on, give me a minute. Morris? The one okay, I'll find it. I'll have to
yeah,
send it to you. I can't think of what it's called. I think he has
but,
it doesn't do it, but yeah, no, but it's got a little he's got a few tools
oh,
that'll help.
see Morse. Yeah,
Seymour's, that's
yeah.
it.
Thanks, Jane.
Thank you. Thank you, Jane. Excellent.
Yeah,
I just love this group. I wish more of us could get on and talk. I mean, I guess we can't all talk at the same time, but anyway, you know what I mean. So very good. Well, do you think
yeah.
we've covered it all, or do you think we got
I think we've got a pretty good start on it. We'll be paying attention to what's going on with RootsTech as it gets a little closer, and we'll probably
Mhm.
be scheduling another call between now and the start of RootsTech to see what's changed or see what's um, what else we think is going to be exciting.
Right?
Uh,
Okay. Well, what about if we just ask everybody? I'm like, oh, why don't you pick out your top, I don't know, 10 sessions that you're really looking forward to or something and do a post about that?
yeah,
Everybody do
yeah,
that.
that would be good.
We can kind of just get a conversation going back and forth.
Yeah,
So,
no, that sounds really
or
good. 'Cause
or do you think that would jinx it and then that mean they would be canceled?
that could be. But yeah, we don't want to manifest um, speakers going away from us. But um,
Oh, good job, Deborah.
22,
22.
you're ahead of me. I've only got 20. Um,
I had 14, so I don't
yeah,
y'all are both beating me.
but yeah, when I went on earlier today and saw that the calendar had dropped, I sent a message to Kyla real quick and because I knew she was at work. But uh, it's uh, Roots Tech is fun. And it's a great chance for us uh, to learn new things, and um, the better our skills get to be, the more accurate our trees are going to be, and um, the more good we can do, uh, you know, with uh, with other cousins who don't really know too much about the family. And, I'm working to try to help um, one of my, first cousin once removed. Um, there are some serious questions on his side of the tree. And he has no idea what to do. So I said, yeah, I'll help. But,
Right?
and it'll help clear up a few questions that I have too. But anyway, so, um, you know, we're, we're on our way to RootsTech, folks. Um, you
Yeah.
know, some will be able to be there in person. Some of us are going to be in the bunny slipper brigade.
Have you made your snack list?
Not yet, but
Get that Amazon order ready to hit send?
yeah, yeah, we got some time on that. But
Yeah.
if I order them too soon, I'll eat them before RootsTech ever starts. Um, but anyway, if there's if there is something about RootsTech that you'd like to know, drop us a note. Send uh, contact Kyla or me. We would be really happy to try to find out for you, and you know maybe set up another Substack live to talk about what else we find. That's it.
That's excellent. Thank you all for coming, everybody.
Yeah, thanks.
It was a
I've had a good time with this. I hope it's been entertaining and informative to all of you too.
very good. We'll see you next
Yeah.
time, Glenn.
All righty, take care.
Bye.
We will be putting this up on Substack, so watch for it. A few hours probably. All righty, bye bye.